Hi, it's Don Thornton. We're going to be talking today about quitclaim deeds and how we use them in our short sale negotiations. You might think that a quitclaim deed would not have anything to do with a short sale because in a short sale, the lender you have to go through the entire process, and then there has to be a regular closing. And that's true. But quitclaim deeds are very, very useful when there's a divorce. And I just wanted to say that it's very interesting to me how people, even in real estate, even agents don't understand how that works. And, I can kind of understand the situation because if you don't specialize in short sales or had any experience with short sales, then, you might, understand that there's nuances there that maybe isn't covered in the exam prep when you get your license. But I my pet peeve is that I've been doing real estate for 20 years now, and I find it somewhat maybe laughable in a sad sense about how often I have to take on the role of educator when I'm speaking with a lot of agents. I understand about homeowners; they're not, why would they know, right? But agents should know. And but anyway, here's the situation. If you know me by now, my brand is a street investor. I'm not a guru. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you philosophical and theoretical knowledge. I'm telling you exactly what's happening as we're doing negotiations. This is a negotiation that's ongoing, and I don't have it locked down yet. Maybe I won't. But it's interesting. It brings up an interesting point that I want to use to talk to you guys about how this quitclaim deeds work with short sales. In a divorce situation, I would say probably it's 40-60%, if 40% of the husband and ex-wife are cooperative. 60% usually don't talk to each other, and there's ill will and so on and so forth. Excuse me. So, in this particular case, one of my referral partners had been talking to the best friend of the ex-wife. The ex-spouses have two properties in common. One is vacant, and one is where the ex-wife wants to live. She lives there now, but she has issues with her ex-husband trying to get off the deed because he's still on. And the second one, the vacant property needs a short sale, and they're both on it. So unfortunately, it took me a while to talk to the ex-wife. Her best friend is a real estate agent, and of course, she was the one she wanted to talk. It's not listed, but she's kind of like being the big sister type situation. And for some reason, this couple and the agent, for that matter, believed that if they sign a quitclaim deed, then that removes their financial liability and responsibility for the mortgages. And, it was somewhat surprising to me to hear that from a licensed agent. And I had to educate them on the fact that no, in fact, there's apples and oranges. People don't seem to realize that you have two entirely separate instruments tied to every property. If it's bought with a mortgage, here's the apple, you have the house itself, the ownership of the house, the deed. Okay. Then you have the mortgage. Okay. So apples and oranges. Okay. So a quitclaim deed over here on my left, where my wedding ring is. This is a separate thing. If my wife and I get divorced, and in the divorce decree, I'm supposed to give up my interest in the house, then I sign a quitclaim deed. So this goes away. Now my wife is the sole owner of the property. But if I'm on the mortgage, I'm still here. Okay? So that's still an open mortgage in my credit report, and I am liable to pay for that. If I don't pay for it, I have 30-day late, 60-day late, 90-day late, and foreclosure, if it goes that far, on my credit report right here. See, this is still there. Okay, so you might be asking yourself, why would somebody want to do a quitclaim deed when the mortgage is still in their name and is still tied to the property? It's very simple. The mortgage companies who are doing short sales have changed things up. This wasn't the way it was back in the day, but now they've streamlined it, made it easier, and thank goodness the mortgage companies finally did something that actually is a smart idea. Is they're allowing the spouse that is not in the property, or would frankly either of the spouses, they don't care. But if in a divorce situation, if one of the spouses signs a quitclaim deed and it's recorded, and obviously copies sent to the mortgage company during the negotiations, then they don't have to worry about anything with the short sale. Because for those of you who may or may not know, anybody who's on the mortgage has to provide financial documents to the mortgage company to prove that they have a legitimate financial hardship, which is, hardship letter, bank statements, pay stubs, and 2 years taxes. So again, let's go here. So if I got my ownership here and I got my mortgage here and we're in a short sale, okay? Quitclaim deed, he's off. He doesn't own the property anymore, okay? That means that at closing, when the short sale's finished, he does not have to sign because he's already relinquished his ownership stake in the property. So there's no closing for him. The quitclaim is the closing for him, but he's still got his mortgage, right? But because the quitclaim has been filed and a copy given to the short sale lender, he does not have to provide any financial documentation. So he doesn't have to do the pay stubs, bank statements, hardship letter, and tax returns. So for him, he's over it. So that's good. Now, again, he's got to rely on his ex-spouse to make sure the short sale gets through all the way. And the spouse decides, you know what, screw it, I don't want to do it anymore. Then he's still got this right here, okay? But in general, that's why people want to do a short sale. They want to do a quitclaim deed in a short sale because they don't want to be bothered. And typically what happens is that if we're talking to one of them and the other one's uncooperative, we just say, look, why don't you just do a quitclaim deed and get out from under it, and that way we don't have to bug you anymore and you're finished with that part of it. And they like that. That's why we use it that way, okay? So I want to show you just a text chain I did with some people here. So you can see in light how it works, okay? So so anyway, this is the realtor that was the friend of this of the ex-wife. Because we're looking for clarification on whether you are purchasing the home from them and they will be released from the debt. Please clarify what the purchase price would be. They are not willing to sign a quitclaim deed without the guarantee of being released from the debt. Let me know if you wish to proceed, and I will get my title company on it right away. Well, you see, that's clearly that real estate agent does not understand about how this works because they seem to think that there's a relationship between quitclaim deed and being released from the debt. Okay, so then I wrote back here they're ill-informed about how quitclaim deeds work in conjunction with debt. The quitclaim deed is merely to take off the owner who doesn't want to be bothered with having to provide financial documentation to the banks for the short sale or having to sign the closing docs. Their responsibility and liability for the debt remains, or the mortgage, until the short sale is completed and closed. And I say, I'd like to purchase the property via short sale. In order to do so, my realtor needs to be authorized as a listing agent to negotiate the short sale by whichever owner does not sign a quitclaim deed. On the short sale, I try to purchase. I only work with my realtor to negotiate. We've been doing short sales for 18 years. We pretty much always get them to work. We're a team, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, and of course, then, it's kind of funny. The realtor's going for the 25% commission, or not commission, but referral fee, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But anyway, so what I'll say is, I came down here. If the husband signs the quitclaim deed for Nebraska, that's the name of the property street, he'll be out of it completely. Easy for him. It's the same result. The short sale's done. Won't owe anything less. It won't owe anything less damage to his credit without having to produce pay stubs, bank statements, tax returns, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So I don't know yet what's happening with this. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I have no idea. But it came up, and I wanted to share it because it's interesting for people to understand how a quitclaim deed works in conjunction with a short sale and how it mostly comes up in divorce situations. And it is a very easy way to get an uncooperative spouse out of the picture. And that's really all we're looking for, is we want to simplify it and work with just one person, and the one who's cooperative and one who has still emotionally wants to save his or her credit more than the other one who sometimes just doesn't care. Okay, so it's just easier to say, look, just sign a quitclaim deed and you're out of it. and they like that. Okay, so that's how quitclaim deeds work in short sales, and I hope this clears things up if anyone has any questions about it. Thanks a lot.